I don't even know if y'all can hear that music, but is anybody else hearing this music other than me? Uh, where is that music coming from? Bo Red, what's up? Ignore my finger. I'm trying to figure out where this music coming from. Cause I'm hearing Tupac in the background. And I'm betting can't none of y'all hear it, huh? That is so crazy. And it is awfully loud. Is anybody else hearing Tupac? What's up? What's up, Mr. Murray? I ain't seen you in a minute. But check this out. What I need from y'all, I need for y'all to hit that link that's at the top while I figure out where this music is coming from. Can y'all hear me? Bo Red, Rick. While I'm tearing up stuff. What's happening? Can you hear me good? Because I'm hearing Tupac all in my ear. What's up, Monica? What's up, D? So you can hear me. So I'm the only one hearing this Tupac music. That is so crazy. It is blasting in my ear. Anyway, what's up? Hey, but check this out. Y'all see on this page y'all on, Rick, D, I don't know why y'all keep coming to this page other than get me in trouble. I need for y'all to click on that link and join me on the show page, Random Thoughts with DVP. I need y'all to come over there and view it, like it, and leave me a review. So the link that's at the very top that says Random Thoughts with DVP, click on that. Bo Red, what's good with you, man? I rode through the court today, man. I rode by the park and everything. I almost shed a tear. So check this out. What's been going on? Really, D? The OMG? That's how we gonna do this? That's how we gonna do this. Let's see. I wonder if I turn my volume down, will I still hear this music? Cause it is blaring. That is spooky that y'all ain't hearing this. Man, and it say 6 people's over here on my show page, but ain't nobody saying nothing. Somebody tell me, hey, who over here on this page right here where you can see my finger pointing? Because I don't think it'll let me tell. Viewers. They're going to tell me who y'all are. Alright, so what's up? Anyway, what's today? Today is the 28th. Yes? It's a pretty good day. It's been a pretty good week. Last week went okay. Did another. I had a photo shoot. What's up, Gayla? For my Decatur people, y'all ain't gonna believe this. I got tricked into going into J's too. There's a reason I avoid DeKalb County. What's up, bro? How's that girl doing? She ought to be graduating this year, shouldn't she? What's up, Gayla? I'm good at this. Well, if I'm so good at it, Gayla, why you ain't on the show page? Random Thoughts with DVP. Hook me up. Come on over here to the show page. What's Kayla at? Oh, but check this out. See, y'all trying to get me in trouble. What's up, India? Hey, y'all know y'all supposed to be on the show page, Random Thoughts with DVP. It's at the top of this page, because I got in trouble for posting it. But you know how we do this. We start off with the bathroom door. I'm not locked out the house. It's a bathroom. See the iron? So, I ain't locked out the house, so don't be texting me crazy stuff. This music is just really bugging. I wonder what happens if I... Oh, is she? That's what's up. That's what's up. I see that boy almost 6 feet tall. He ain't even ate yet, is he? Let me cut this off and see what happens. Can y'all still hear me? I had to cut my little microphone off. I hope it was gonna kill that music. Do y'all still hear me pretty good? Alright, so anyway, I did a photo shoot at Jay's place, Jay's 2. Whoo, I ain't about that life. I am not about that life at all. For real, I'm not. The shoot went pretty good though. I'm gonna post a couple of pictures later. I'm gonna have to come check him out. Shoot me a number so I can come check out some games. All right. So the shoot went pretty good. Y'all know I'm still doing this modeling thing. I actually, got asked to do a script, so I'm gonna see if I can get into the whole acting thing too. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what I want to do. And I'm still working on leaving the confines of my home and coming to a venue near you so we can do a live shoot. That's what's up. Because there's some people I want to have on the show. Hey, Dina. Hey, Dina. So I can do a live show. And because that's people I want to have them talk to y'all. And it won't work like this because I won't be able to read the comments. I just need to figure out why I won't tell me who's watching because I see 6 people on the show page. Can y'all talk? Hey, Jenny, what's going on? Gus, what's good? Man, this show page, I think the show page got me locked out. Why y'all ain't on the show page? Random Thoughts with DVP. I see it says 6 people, but it will not tell me who it is. I think my phone is mad at me. Anyway, you know what? I was reading some stuff. Let me just start with this. Hey, Trill, what's up? Trill, you know you're on the wrong page. Random Thoughts with DVP. Trill, you know better. Let me just start with these inboxes, because this inbox thing is really starting to get the best of me. One, you should only be inboxing me if you got something really dirty to say to me. You want to put on my page because you know how I am, or you don't really know me. There's nothing that you should be inboxing me that needs to be shared on Facebook, especially if it ain't on your page. The whole 8-ball thing, if you're trying to bring awareness to prostate cancer, why would you just post the 8-ball and not say what it's for so you bring awareness to prostate cancer? I'm kind of confused with that. And I'm not a big fan of sharing stuff if we can't talk about why we're sharing it. To me, that seems kind of ass backwards. If we're going to talk about prostate cancer, say it, and then see who supports about putting 8 up for the profile picture. These Trump videos that he's trying to stop this or stop that, share this, make it go viral, yada, yada, yada. I'm confused. Why ain't y'all got on your own page? Why y'all want me to put it on my page? I'm confused. These missing kids. Ladies and gentlemen, I know some of y'all ain't cops. And some of y'all too lazy to go to snoops.com or even do any kind of real fact checking. Some of these missing kids thing y'all supposed to are 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. So can we just kind of kill the hype? Just look it up. That's it. Some of it is just that quick. Go to snoops.com if you see something that you ain't sure about. Just hit snoops.com. It'll tell you if it's bogus right off the rip. Okay? Facebook ain't finna charge nobody. It's not happening. These girls that were kidnapped, I forgot what it was because I got pissed about it. Didn't happen. But all these inboxes about if I say a prayer and post to 8 people, I'm gonna get $1,000. Please stop. I'm cool with being broke. I swear I am. I don't impose my religious beliefs on you guys, and I would really, really appreciate if you didn't impose your religious beliefs on me. If what you believe in, hey, if it works for you, that's fine. But what's up, Mason? But can we keep it out of my inbox? Yeah. Can we keep it out of my inbox? Can we keep it out of my inbox? I'm looking and I keep seeing all this crazy stuff. And what's up with all these little naked girls talking about come to their page and if I want to watch videos? I'm confused about that too. Facebook, what's really going on? You put me on punishment one time for requesting too many people at once that I actually knew. You put me in Facebook probation for 10 days. But all these little random chicks can send me invites and y'all don't do nothing about them? I'm confused. What's up, Mason? Random Thoughts with DVP. Come on over to the show page. Why ain't they let me say nothing? Y'all, what's good, bruh? I'm gonna be in your city pretty soon. Don't be pulling me over. Oh, there we go. Now I can see. I don't know why it was blocking me. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Adrian. Oh, Rosalind, what's good? Okay. Now it's letting me see who's here. Hey, sis. There we go. It was just, I guess it just enlightened me. Yeah, but that whole thing. If you want me to post something to my page, and I really don't have a problem with posting anything, but if you want me to post something, it needs to be posted on your page first. But it needs to be has some fact base to it, which is going to lead me to my show, which is about honesty. Because I'm not sure why we hate honesty so much. That is, and I listen to some of y'all who claim to be woke and how much y'all love the truth. And I did a show last week about the shooting in Minnesota. Lost a couple of friends, lost a couple of followers, and that's cool, because I can tell you what you want to hear, which is a mistruth, and you cool with that. If I jump on the bandwagon and start telling you all this crazy stuff that I know can't happen or ain't gonna happen, but if I tell you the truth, y'all get upset with me and tell me, oh, you just a cop, you feel. I'm just telling you what the law says. This whole thing about him profiting off of the killing. Let me just say this one more time. The officer's not profiting. He has worked. The Fair Labor Standards Act, which is a federal law, says that you have to pay that man for the time he's worked. His vacation and sick time and all that. He has to get paid for that. A severance package is what you get when you leave a job, whether you leave willingly or forcibly. They are not letting him go. They are forcibly removing him. They're firing him in effect. But they have to give him the leave time he's earned while being there. Hey, Cinnamon. Hey, Will. So, I don't need to pass this thing around. Now, what happens is, if your petition goes through, and let's just say the city decides not to give him his money. This is where you don't like the real truth. He'll sue the city, and they'll pay damages, and that's going to come out of the taxpayers' money. Oh, what? Because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Don't let your emotions get in the way of the truth. The truth is, ladies and gentlemen, if you quit your job after 7 years or whatever, any holiday time or leave time that you've built up, you have to be paid for it. It's the law. It's the federal law. So there's nothing that the feds can do about it. And federal law is as high as it goes. So there's nothing any municipality can be about. Municipality is city, county, state. There's nothing that they can do about it. Period. I tried to explain to you guys what administrative leave is. By rule, anytime you go on an investigation, you have to be put on administrative leave. They cannot just terminate you. If they terminate you, they're still going to write you a check. I just started, Cinnamon. I'm recapping for last week. They're still going to write you a check, okay, if you have any time built up, okay? That's just a rule. Administrative leave is just a cute phrase, because they can't say he on vacation because y'all will go ape shit. They can't, at the point that they're on investigation, they can't go under FMLA, even though it's a stressful situation and they could get a doctor said under stress. Luckily, they can't do that. They got to burn their leave time, okay? And until that leave time is burned, they'll get paid. That way they don't have to get a whole nother package after the fact. Now, some places differ in what's going on. If something happens in the line of duty, sometimes you don't have to use up all your time. But eventually, they have to get paid. Ladies and gentlemen, that's just the way it is. Don't get upset about that. And don't let these freedom fighters tell you anything different about you can stop him. To stop him means somebody's going to have to pay in the end. Because, I'll just take me for instance. When I retired from the sheriff's department, I had over 8 months of leave time, vacation leave. I had like 6 months of holiday leave and other leave. So they owed me almost a year leave. That was a check they were gonna cut me, regardless. Had I went out and killed 27 people, there was nothing they could do to keep that time from me. Nothing. The best thing they could have hoped for is that it took me a year and some odd change to go to trial, which I would have been placed on administrative leave, and they would have pulled that time away from me. Then when it all was said and done, I wouldn't have got paid because I would use up all my time for that. That's it. That is the truth. People don't want to hear it. They think we got a code, we stick together. I just know what the rules say because reading is fundamental. I remember that, and I read it. Like I said, and I still haven't seen the video about the lady that got shot with the kids. If you got to inbox it, don't put it on my page because I'm going to delete it. I don't put videos on my page, good, bad, or indifferent. I don't put videos on my page. All right? And I'm going to tell you the same thing, and I'm going to get off this whole cop thing. But anytime you want to judge somebody, stop judging so quickly, because when you see a clip most of the time, you see the middle of the clip. You don't know what's in the beginning, and the beginning is what determines what actually should or should not happen. I mean, I can tell you why he got off, but that's a whole nother show because I did that last week. I can tell you again. If you want to know, inbox me and I'll tell you. But anyway, let's get to honesty. Honesty. Why is it we have such a problem with it, even though we all claim that we're grown and we can handle it, but we can't? Right. That's what I was telling Mason. You know, administrative leave, you get paid till you burn your leave time out. Even when you stop getting paid, they still call it administrative leave because they can't say nothing else without being prejudgmental. Um, when we're talking about honesty, no matter what it is, people say, "Oh, I can take the truth." But when you try to tell them the truth, the first thing they want to do is they either want to get mad with you or argue about the truth. And we're not talking about my truth. We're talking about the truth. When I try to tell you stuff, what's up, Mark? What's up, Ron? Remember now, I will give you my opinion and tell you what my opinion is about some things. But my opinion, which I try to veer away from unless we talk relationships, is about factual information. It's not, Mark. You're on my personal page. This is DVP. You see the link at the top where it says Random Thoughts with DVP? That's why I need you to click and come on and join. Yeah, most people base their truths off emotions, which is not truthful. It's emotional. And when you tell people stuff, Charles, what's good? Ron, come on over hit the link at the top and come on over. It ain't that they want to be held accountable. It's that they don't want to be enlightened for real. They rather browbeat you with some BS than accept the truth for what it is. There you go, Mark, and go from there. When I'm looking at people post about one lady was posting about most of the guys in Georgia being gay, yada 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 yada, or they on the down low, which is the same thing. But the question is, where are you hanging out that you keep finding all these gay guys or down low guys? Are you being somewhere where you snooty because you want this upscale guy and that's where you're hanging out? Because I'm from here. Most of the guys I know aren't gay or on the down low. And I can't say that I know. It's at the very top of it's at the very top of this whole thread. When you came to my page, it should have been a link. Let me see if I can post it again just for you. G Mason. Clipboard. All right, hold on. I'm trying to find something so I can get the people to come to my show page. All right. There it is. That's the link I need for y'all to hit and come join the page. And I'm listening, and I'm listening to her, but she hanging out. Don't get me wrong, I'm not stereotyping. But if you hanging out in Midtown, even certain parts of Buckhead, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for those metrosexual type guys. But you don't want to hear that. And you got your standards so high because you want a fashion conscious guy. You want this, you want that. Maybe it's what you're doing. I am older than Moses. Stop hating. Right. And sometimes the hard truth is we don't want to accept that we attract certain types of people. And maybe, I don't want to be ugly with her, but maybe if you look in the mirror, maybe what you attract. I wasn't attracted to her. Don't get me wrong. There are women who aren't attracted to me. And there's no problem with that. But if all I keep getting is fat women, I have to realize it's something I'm put out if fat women keep coming to me. So if these guys who have a hidden agenda keep coming to you, maybe it's something that you're putting out. And the fact that you're highly unattractive, mud duckish even, probably has something to do with that. Now, I didn't tell her she was a mud duck, but in my words, she was a mud duck. Maybe that's why you're having such a tough time. But why is it that we don't ever want to take any responsibility for one, making bad decisions? If every girl I date is a loser, I can't keep complaining about women in Georgia or women in my town being losers. I have to keep saying, why do I keep picking loser women? Because my friends have great relationships. So they pick somebody great. I don't hear them complaining about all the women, being this or that or this or that. So if we're being honest, remember I did a show once and I talked about this. Sometimes men and women both pick relationships that they know will fail because they really don't want to be in a relationship. They just want to have sex. So they pick people who they know they're incompatible with so they can say that they tried. We all got friends that we know do this. They keep picking people and we know that chick ain't no good for you. But they telling you, this the one, yada, 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 for 2, 3, 4 months, sometimes 6 months, sometimes 2 weeks. It's all about the sex. Don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of having great sex. Everybody should do it at least 30, 40,000 times. But if that's all you have to admit it, don't keep saying you keep trying to have relationships when you leading, ladies, when you leading with your uterus, and fellas, when you leading with your penis. Call it what it is and let that be that. Ain't no shame in it. But the shame is in we don't want to be honest and say, well, I don't really want to be in a relationship. I just want to be in a situationship. And fellas, lots of women are cool with situationships if you tell them up front. Because some of them don't want to be bothered either. But they so scared of hurting your feelings, they don't want to tell you that because I've learned that a lot of us gentlemen are very, very sensitive. Mango. Because ain't nobody brought me no tequila yet. I'm feeling a certain kind of way. I entertain y'all, but I can't get no tequila. I can't get no shrimp Alfredo. I'm feeling a certain kind of way. So, when we're discussing this whole honesty thing, why is it that we don't want to be honest with ourselves about what it is we're doing? You know, I don't have no shame. Once upon a time, I was a predator. I was a predator extraordinaire. And I preyed on women, but I had rules to it now. If the woman was a good woman and she truly wanted a real relationship and I saw it in her, I would let her go because I wasn't that guy. Man, she was just giving me the speech. I'm going to do whatever I got to do. Like I said, if they give me that spiel about they not going to... if they give me the spiel about how they want to get married, yada, 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 knowing they ain't marriage material, but they not giving up the goods until a man start talking marriage. Yeah, I'm going to take them to the mall. We're going to go to K-Jewels and look at rings. I'm not finna tell them I'm going to get married because I ain't never going to be that devious. But I'll let them look. Oh, yeah, let's just look. I'm going to plant the seed. I ain't going to put no water. I'm going to plant the seed. You go look at the ring. You think what you think. You give me the goods. Fine. Because you really ain't shit no way. Now, I've dated some really great women. And they will tell you, most of us are still friends. I let them go because where I was, in all honesty, was not in a relationship mentality. I was in a situationship mentality. And what they were bringing to the table was too good to be screwed up by a guy like me to make them start hating men. Some women are the same way, but they just don't want to admit it because they don't want to be perceived as sluttish whores. I don't know what it is. But everybody holler they grown, but they still lying to themselves. Now, there's nothing between being discreet. But when you just out and out lying, when you know you don't want a good relationship, you just want to get the goods and you want to get yours in, everybody should be happy. I got you, Mark. So, what's wrong with being honest and knowing who you are? To thine own self be true, for those of y'all that are biblical who won't stay out my inbox with these damn passages. To thine own self be true. I knew who I was. I know who I am now. And I ain't never had a problem with it. I've been in a mood to be in a relationship and ran across some girls who were into situations. I wasn't hard and fast looking for a relationship. It's what I prefer. But hey, I dealt with the situation. Oh my God. You would take them to look at. Oh yeah. If they told me that's what it was going to take to get some and I knew they were bogus, Roslyn, yes. Now if they was a good girl, I wouldn't. But most time, the good girl ain't going to tell you off the bat she wants to get married. Most time, you know, and I talked about this on a relationship show. Have conversations, but stop telling them about what your end game is. I'm going to tell you this. Most men don't know that they want to be married until they meet the one. When they meet the one, that's when they start having marriage thoughts. I'm skeptical of any man who knows, yeah, I want to be married. You ain't even met the right woman yet, so how do you know you want to be married? Marriage is a big commitment. It's a totally different mindset. Are you really prepared for monogamy and responsibility? Can you handle decision making? Can you handle your woman having to make decisions? So, and everybody has to, you have to accept and know where you are mentally and physically. Why aren't you dating, Rosalind? So that's a big issue if we're being honest. And that's what I want people to do, is to be honest. I mean, I know a couple of guys who now, they dating to get married. I know a couple of women who said the same thing. I think you're hurting yourself because you don't know a person's real potential until you start hanging out with them, and marriage becomes the end game once you see that you can build with somebody. Because when you tell people what you want up front, they know what part to play in the movie, and you giving them the script, which is why I'm so against it. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if we get along first. Let's try that. Let's see how your money skills go. Let's see how our decision making process works. You need to know if I'm making good decisions. Rosalind, how you going? Rosalind, tell me why you're not dating again. I'm confused on how. Rosalind, let me rephrase that. Are you even looking to be married or have a lifelong partner? I guess that would be the most important question. Because without that, it's kind of hard not to date. I mean, people meet in church. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. People meet at the grocery. I don't know how you determine where you meet your partner, whether or not that makes them. What's ruthless, Rosalind? I would never know if I want to marry unless I met the man. Right, but you say you're not dating. So how, if you're not dating, how can you ever meet the man who might be the one? And that's how I feel about the woman. If I don't date, and dating is a lesson. That's why people say I'm tired of playing games. You learn from games. It's no different than athletes. The more times you play, the better you get at it. Everybody comes into your life for a reason. Some are meant to stay. Some are meant just to teach you what you want or what you don't want. Which is why I don't understand this whole process. If you have fun with it, treat it as a game. It's not life or death. It's really not, unless you just have unprotected sex with everybody. Life is a game. Dating is a game. Have fun with it. Go out on dates. See where it goes. Maybe you'll develop a great friend. Maybe you'll learn something that you like that you never knew because of this person. Because you date somebody, and this is what's so crazy to me, is everybody want to think that, oh, we're dating, so that means we got to have a great ending. Well, sometimes a great ending is just a friendship. Sometimes a great ending is learning more about yourself that nobody else ever taught you because they could push buttons or emotions that you never even knew you had. I've dated women who taught me things about myself that I didn't know. I'm 52. I shouldn't. You think I would know almost everything about me. I know a lot of things about me. But I also know that different women produce different results. 3 women can do the exact same thing, and I can have 3 different responses to them. This is what dating does. Because one woman can do something, and just who she is and how she does it makes me despise it. The other 2, I enjoyed it. One, it was okay. The other one, I enjoyed it immensely. So for me to say, oh, I'll never do this. Well, it was just the one. Dating gives you this process. It helps you to vet people out. So if we're being honest, and that's what this is about now, being honest with who you are and where you are. We don't know everything, and we keep wanting these signs, but we don't want to do anything to get the signs. Even when we talk about friends, how do you know who your friends are until you go through the fire with them? Everybody your friend when everything's good. Well, when you ain't got nothing, who's your friend? That's a whole different mentality. When we're looking for this person, the significant other, if we're on that path, I'm going to still stick to the fact that you don't know this person until it hits you all of a sudden. Men, and I'm a man so I can speak, I become serious with women after dating, and I was serious with them before I even told them. I'm scared of a man that will manipulate to that level. And Rosin, and don't get me wrong, that was when I was much younger. But the thing was, and this is what I try to tell you ladies, is don't tell a man too much information, because if he's a predator, and I was a predator, and I don't have any shame about it, which is why I talk about it. If you tell him too much, you tell him what role he needs to play. If he just wants sex, don't tell him nothing. Just listen and talk. Let him ask you questions about things that you want to do. Let him find out about his mentality. Find out what drives him. Where's he headed in life? Most of these women back when I was doing this, they didn't care nothing about me. You know, they give me the BS. Oh, I'm looking for a good man. I want these. What are you bringing to the table? If you're honest, when women tell me how great they are, and I'm listening, most of the things they say don't apply to me. Once again, I'm repeating this. When a woman tells me she cooks and cleans, well, I'm not a big eater. And I'm not really messy. So if those are your 2 best qualities, you kind of just took yourself out of the picture, because those 2 don't really mean anything to me. But the qualities I'm alike, I'll find out from our conversations in dating. Hey, Nicole, how are you? That's what's going to tell me whether or not you have potential to be that one, or if you're just one of. And that's what people don't get with the dating process. And this is what I'm saying. Don't be scared of a man that will manipulate you, because they can't manipulate you unless you tell them certain things. The difference is, at this stage in the game, I'm more attentive. So I don't need a woman to tell me everything, even though, y'all will talk. is you tell me little things. When you see I do little things that you said that you don't remember, then that means I really care. Because I'm not trying to get you in the bed. I mean, I'm at a different stage in my life. I mean, don't get me wrong, sex is still important, but it's not the most important thing. I need to know that we have a mental connection. Now, I talk all the time about being shallow, and that's not going to change. Because even though people get to my, oh, legs fade, yada, 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 it's fine. Because eventually my vision going to get faded and blurred. But right now, it works to the max. So I don't want to wake up being scared because I got a great woman who's smart, yada, yada, yada. I believe you can build up on all that. But that's my preference. Okay? And I did a show, we talked about preferences and priorities. I don't confuse the two. I still want a woman who is attractive to me because these work. This is what's going to see her every day. Now, as time goes, if we lose something, that's fine. Because then I still got the memories of what we used to be. Okay? So don't let my shallowness confuse you. And I always talk about shallowness. People say, oh, you should want this, you should want that. No, you should want that. You can't tell me what I should want. I've lived my life. I know what works for me. Now, if something else works for you, that's what you should know. I mean, I've met women who have asked me to shave because they don't like guys with beards. Hey, tells me something right out front. We don't even know each other like that, and you want me to shave this beard? And I don't even know if we're compatible. I got no use for them because you want me to. You already demanding that I change something. You met me looking like this. You want to date me looking like this, but after we go out one time, you want to ask me how attached I am to my beard? I seem like a great guy, but what? But I don't really like facial hair. Then why you even want to go out with me? Because clearly this didn't happen overnight. This is a registered trademark. It ain't going nowhere. Even though my little brother Ron want me to die, he's just hating because he wish his was like this. Just go out for drinks and conversation. Right. And that's what it should be, something light and easy. Well, I won't say the 90-day rule will scare them off if they want sex. The 90-day rule, for me, if a woman tells me that she's into the 90-day rule, to me that means she's a tramp and she's stupid. Because if we're grown, we're supposed to be, and at a point where you can at least trust yourself, if you don't know based on how you feel when you want to have sex, and like I say, once again, see how Will feels about it versus how I feel about it, and this is where you have different opinions. If you tell me that, my assumption is that you're loony. Because how do you know that you want to have sex in 90 days? Why not 79? Why not 106? How do you know it's 90 days? Hey, Yolanda, what's good? So I have a problem with anybody who follows that Steve Harvey mentality, because if you're following him, a man who cheated on his wife and then upgraded his side chick, who said that side chicks never get upgraded, that whole dichotomy is kind of crazy. Right, Rosa, and you should have sex when you're ready. It shouldn't be a time that you know it's going to happen. True, or they take it as a challenge and will be out. Right, cinnamon, because I've dated a girl who gave me the 90-day thing. Day 91 we had sex, day 92 I was gone. Because I just, because the thing was, we wasn't having sex, but I was. So, hey, if that's what float a boat, that's what float a boat. I don't even see, hey, Ray, I don't even see Chuck commenting. But once again, and that's what we deal with honesty. If honesty is, if all you want to do is have sex, ladies, most fellas are cool with that. And I see a lot of guys who really ain't. It's like, And it's so funny because most of the guys who ain't cool with it are guys who are about that life. They don't even want a real relationship. They just don't want to be the ones, they don't want to be the hit it and quit it dude, which to me is so retarded. If we're two consenting adults and that's where we are at that moment, it is what it is. It's not a lifelong decision. Hey, sometimes you want Wendy's. Wendy's closes at 12 o'clock. If you still want a burger, you got Crystal's, you got McDonald's. If you want a burger, you're going to go to one of them and get it. And that's all it is. Hey, Varsay, what's up? What's good with you? I ain't seen you in a minute. So, I'm confused on this whole honesty thing, because if we're honest, you could say, hey, this is where I am. And this, you only need to say this to yourself. You don't need to say this to your partner. If I'm in a situationship mind frame, if I'm honest, I'm only going to deal with women who are in situation mindsets. And I'll learn that from talking. Look, bro, what's going on, Will? I'm going to learn that from the conversation. Because at this age, I'm supposed to have a little discernment and know when I'm hearing BS, like some of you ladies should, which is funny to me, because, I know a BS. And I hate when women tell me that, especially when I was that predator, because I was nothing but BS. And they were with me. Oh, yeah, I know it. Oh, yeah, I like you. You genuine. I'm genuine. I'm genuine. I'm a genuine predator at that point. But I was honest with me. I would be as honest with them as they would let me be. Because sometimes I've dated women, and so crazy I would say they were like I was like I don't think this gonna work. And they were like, why? And I'd be like, cause I ain't shit. Oh no, don't say that. Why not? No, you could be, you got this, you got this. Yeah, but my mind is not on a real relationship. I'm not gonna be monogamous. I'm not gonna sit in and do these things that a real guy who wants to settle down with you is gonna do. I'm not gonna do them. Well, I'm willing to wait. No, what are you waiting for? I can't tell you how long this is gonna last. Now, we had that conversation, and to me it's funny because I'm telling them that I'm in a situation type mindset, that I want to sleep around. You can be one of, and that's why I say a lot of times ladies are cool with this, but you have to watch that conversation because you can't tell me you're going to wait me out because what's the wait time? I don't want you to waste 2-3 years, especially if I think, based on my criteria, that you are really a good woman. And if you want to hang out and learn how to be treated like, because I'm still a gentleman all the time. Don't get it twisted. Even in predator mode, I'm a true gentleman. I just got sex at the top of my priority list in predator mode. Alright? But I'm still treating you like a gentleman. So if you need to learn how a gentleman should be treating you, how the door should be open, these little things, how to dress nice, how to go out with somebody who wears clothes and not sneakers and basketball shorts everywhere, then yeah, I'm a decent guy to hang out with. But if you're looking for something else, I mean, if we're in a situation, we're not finna be doing traveling, or as the thing said, we're not finna be doing wifey stuff, because I don't want husband stuff. Will, you supposed to hit me back? You ain't hit me back yet either. I ain't forgot you. What's up, John L? That's management checking in. Hey, at the top, man, I need for y'all to come join the page. John, stay over here so you can remind anybody to come to this link. I'm gonna post the link again. Right, Chuck, you are not a gentleman. Time to use something else. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? All right. And Will, you are different. But the thing is you shouldn't. And Will, you're a little older. And all I'm saying is, in my world, and this is just my world, like I said, and we're all different, which is why I like women to talk to us, and which is why I like for you guys to come. Most of us eventually want a wife. But you can't just think that every girl you date is wifey material. At some point, you have to be honest. And in your stage, Will, you want a wife. But if a cute girl come along and she just want to do some situation stuff, what are you going to do? You're going to bypass her? And that's where you come to different phases of life. Because sometimes you are going to bypass her. And sometimes while you're looking to find this wife, you're not. And those are just the decisions we make. And we have to realize that when we decide to dip off into a situationship while looking for a relationship, it is what it is. Situationships are easily canceled. When you try to do the relationship thing, when you hit that roadblock, you got to fight through it. We're not fighting through a situationship roadblock. To me, it's no different than having a layaway girlfriend. Tom, ain't you supposed to be working? You want a girlfriend for your wife. And what do you want for you? What do you want for you, little bro? So, Will, what happens when you find a situation while looking for a relationship? Because some of the women now, they're going to say the right things because they don't want to be viewed as loose or woman thou art easy. I think that was the name of the play. So they're going to tell you that they this and they that. And you find out over time that they're not. They just saying all the right things because even us, they telling us what they want. They telling us what we want to hear. Hey, Demetria. Demetria, you know where you're supposed to be at. I don't even know why you're on this other page. Cinnamon, don't pay my little brother no attention. You just want a reliable local addition to my dynamic. Right, and see, Ray into her thing, which is poly, and I'm gonna do a show on that later when we start doing the After Dark stuff. But Ray is honest about it. And I'm gonna use Ray since she's here. Ray could probably attest to the fact that a lot of men are intimidated when she says this, especially to know that she's in control. But they'll do the same thing if they're in control. And that's where we have a problem with honesty. A lot of guys, that's right, Demetria, quit playing. A lot of guys who claim to be grown and in the know and yada, 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 Ray intimidates. Would that not be a fair assessment, Ray? And once again, it just goes back to simple honesty. Some things, hey, I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you that I ain't never been in over my head, because Lord knows I have. I was honest about it. Hey, but sometimes, you just put your big boy drawers on and you ain't over your head, but hey, you're gonna die trying. But, and the thing is that so many guys say, oh, I can handle this, I can handle that, but they really can't. And, and it's so crazy. The best thing about being me is I get to talk to both sexes, and I hear what guys say. And it's so funny when guys don't know that I know some of the girls, and I hear what they say. So I get to hear both sides and look at the middle ground and see what the truth is. And it's crazy. And don't get me wrong, being honest to yourself is probably one of the hardest things for most people to do, because most people see themselves in a super positive light, and they don't want to admit any shortcomings or any flaws. So if we were being honest, and I asked you, what is it, if you were being honest, tell me, what is it that would make you feel a certain way? If you were being honest, what's something that you regret about you or life? And I actually stole this thought process from one of my friends. I'm going to see if I can find this page right quick and read some of the things that people are saying. But one guy even admitted that he is still in love with his ex, even though she did everything she could to ruin the relationship. Everything. So, this is from Alfred Vines, one of my friends. And I like the realness of it all. If my phone was to start acting up, which it won't. But that's the thing. Let's be as honest as you can with yourself first, because once you're honest with yourself, nobody can hurt you with the truth. If you're not ready for certain things, just admit that you're not ready for them. And if you're willing to learn, that's fine. But know that you're not ready, and it's going to be an educational process, which means you're learning something, which in turn means it's a game again, which is what life and dating is. You learn things about yourself. When people say, oh, I know everything I need to know about me. Wow, that's amazing. Once you stop learning, then you're pretty much dead. Because how do you know everything about you? Will is my dude. Will is not the same dude I met 8-9 years ago. I'm impressed by his growth. Will was doing Will. I mean, I never disrespected Will. I mean, I thought he was cool, but where Will is now is a totally different place. I wouldn't have projected this 10 years ago, because I didn't think Will would ever give up the lifestyle he had when I first met him then. They're two totally different guys now. I can't do nothing but respect that. Will wants more now than he did then. Would that not be a fair assessment, Will? Guys say that till she tell you, whew, I can't repeat what he just said. Right. And most guys, we know the whole phrase is, we want to have our cake and eat it too. But if a girl wants to have her cake and eat it too, most guys are intimidated, which to me is hilarious. Why is it that it's okay for you to do whatever, but you don't want her to do whatever? I mean, and at some point you got to realize fair is fair if we're going to go about this. And I said, we're being honest. If she can honestly tell you where she is in life, and we all claim we want an honest partner, if she's honest about who she is or where she is, realistically, that should make y'all a little bit closer. Because she's trying to do her part. Rosalind, once again, this is where you're shopping. Some guys don't have a problem with it. Some guys, let me just say this. There was a point I was ultra competitive. I wanted women that I was dating to be dating other guys. Yeah, sleep with them. I really didn't give a shit. Just use protection. But I want to know that from a competition standpoint, I'm your choice. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. I got the video by Denzel that he did the thing, which is why I'm amazed by people who say, "Oh, I never lose." Sometimes you lose. It's not about losing. It's about whether or not you let losing keep you down. Anybody who hasn't lost has not learned. Okay? Losing is probably one of the best things that can happen to you when you're young, which is why I tell parents to stop making it so easy for their boys or girls. Losing and heartbreak makes you stronger. Okay? So when I'm going through this competitive stage, yeah, I want you to make sure that when you pick me, you're picking wise. You're not just picking based off pure emotions and I'm the guy right now. Go out and date and make sure that I'm the guy that you want, because I don't want you to be with me wondering, I'm going to use Roslyn right now because you're my girl. I don't want you to be with me, Roslyn, knowing that you could have dated Chuck, Mark, or Will. Date them. See what kind of chemistry y'all have. If you give me all your attention, you don't really know what's out there. But once you date Chuck, Mark, and Will, the cream gonna rise to the top. Who do you feel the most comfortable with? So when you decide that you want to be naked, you start narrowing your choices down. What's up, Iron Man? How you been? And nobody wants somebody, right? So nobody wants somebody that nobody else wants. So I'm saying explore your options, which is why you should let dating do what dating does. Date as many as you want to, then start narrowing your choices down before you start getting naked. And then you start narrowing your choices down after the chemistry was good, the sex was good, the conversation is good. You can't know that if you're only dating one person. Because one person, I've dated one person. Chemistry was good, sex was good, everything was good. But we weren't meant to be life partners. We were meant to share 96 great days together. That's what it was. It was a learning experience. I learned some things about me. She learned some things about her. We're still great friends. But we're not meant to be partners. Not in that sense. And that's what people have to understand and accept as a matter of honesty. Everybody who's good for you is not meant for you in the long term. Sometimes they're just meant to teach you something about you, and y'all can still be friends. Because we all keep talking about these friends we want, but nobody really wants friends. I mean, I hear women saying they won't date their best friend, even though the man you want to marry, you want to be your best friend. So you got a best friend who's a man, but he's not marryable. I'm confused. That ain't it, Will, because I'm still a thug. I just wear a bow tie sometimes. So I'm as we like to say, I'm a suited savage. Right. There's a reason and a season for everybody. Some are meant for a lifetime, whether they're as your life partner, as your life friend, or as your life lesson. We don't want to accept that because we think we know the answer to everything, and we all get tired of the game plan and yada yada yada. But you can't be. To be a better you got to play the game. It's the system. Learn to be better at it. Because we're going to all lose. We're going to all make some bad judgment. Hey, Isabel. We're supposed to be doing something together. I need for you to inbox me your number when you get a chance. And that's the crazy part, is how we don't want to accept that. We just want to accept what we think we know. Because, of course, we're never wrong. Even though we're wrong on a daily basis, most of us. And accept what it is. Sometimes you meet people who are there just to make you a better person in the future. Sometimes the women I date, I'm there to make them better for the guy they're going to marry. Some of the women I've dated are making me better for the woman who I'm going to marry. Not for them, but they're teaching me something that I can carry over into the next relationship. Because every real relationship should be better than the last. And see, this is what me and Will are probably really, really different. All my relationships start off as situationships because I don't want to put too much in it until I know we're checking off certain boxes on my preferences and priority list. Because I'm open-minded for some things. So yeah, there's certain things I'm not feeling, but I'll try them just in case. Maybe I don't know what it is I like. Maybe I'm blinding myself. I think I want this. And it's the whole thing where I'm overvaluing myself, which is what a lot of people do, not just women. Because I hear women all the time talk about their dimes, and they really are dimes in a dollar world. What used to be your line, Will? And so unless you're dating yourself, you can't put a value in yourself because you don't know what the market is looking for. See, let me give you a great example. Right now, the market loves this. This probably gets me more attention than anything else. When people initially see me, they like the beard. That's what's in the market right now. And then the bald head helps. Those are marketable right now. There's a time, some women love dreads. They won't give me a second look. Now, if while I'm hanging out on a conversation, and it's like, oh, that dude kind of cool. They meet me that way, but initially I'm nothing like what they want because I don't meet what they think that they want because they have their mind made up for certain things. You know, so I want a woman with long hair, I want a woman with short hair, I want a dark skin, I want light skin. We got all these little preferences, not priorities, that sometimes make us make bad decisions. But sometimes you just got to be open-minded and go with the flow. Right, okay, I got you, Will. And that's what we have to do. Because sometimes we never know. I mean, I asked a woman out, I tell you, I travel. And when I'm traveling, especially when I'm doing trade shows, I like to find a local. Somebody who's from the area. And I like to have lunch or dinner with them, just to have conversation, you know, let them tell me something about the city that I'm in. And it's so crazy how many women will tell me no because they think that means we're going to have sex. I just asked them, I got 2 questions. Where you from? If they say they're from the city that I'm in, I'm like, hey, you interested in having me lunch or dinner? Well, I got a man, or I can't be having sex like that. That tells me a lot about them. And I'm like, wow, how did me asking you to lunch or dinner equate to us having sex? I just want to hang out, you know. My bad. Will, I've been in a relationship for 9 years. I date, but sometimes not just men. People aren't open to the competition of I am dating. And Roz, and I get that, but that's just a form of selfishness. Because to me, it means they're doing something they shouldn't be doing. Because I can date a bunch of women, it doesn't mean I'm sleeping with all of them. If you think that because I say I'm dating more than you, and you think I'm sleeping with all of them, does that mean that you're sleeping with everybody you dating? And that there's that. Well, we need to have a better open line of communication. Because how does dating equal sexing? I don't get it, and it seems to be a natural transition for a lot of people. But I've gone out to eat with a lot of people where, to me, sex wasn't even on the table. It was just a meet and greet to see if there was any chemistry, whether we were going to be great business partners, friends, or if there was a chance to go to a situation. But it was totally open-minded. Tanya, what's good? How are you, babe? But you know, and right, and a lot of people are a lot of guys are insecure because they know that they don't stand up competition wise, because they know they can't do what it takes. They don't have the ability to lead a woman to get to that submissiveness. So yeah, they are afraid of that challenge. But you can't be. You shouldn't be. You want to win out naturally, so that, Rosalind, if you pick me over Will and Chuck them, you should have picked me because I was the better option, which means there's nothing for me to be insecure about. If I won't let you date them because of my insecurity, when something goes wrong, you looking for somebody else. Tanya, how come you're not on the show page so you can evaluate and leave me leave me a review? Random Thoughts with DVP, you know better. So when we're into that phase of being honest, that's part of the whole process. I catch feeling too fast. But see, Demetria, that's honesty. You know that this is who you are. So once you know who you are, knowing is half the battle. If you know that you catch feelings too fast, then yeah, you may have to pick a different option. I'm not telling anybody that my option is the best option. I'm saying the way I do things works for me. What Will does works for Will. We have to just understand who we are and not fall prey to letting society tell us what we got to do. Hey, Pam, what's going on? I'm going to fuss at you about putting an E in my name because I know everything is with an I. So, it's D-A-R-R-I-N. I-N. What's good with you? But and that's the thing. A lot of people aren't even honest about who they are, Demetria, and they won't admit that. Because, I mean, I've dated women who said they couldn't handle me dating other women. Cool. Well, you know, you probably don't need to be in this contest then, because I'm not going to stop dating. Why? I already told. I mean, I could lie to you and tell you I am, which is why a lot of women want a convenient truth. A lot of people want a convenient truth. I mean, a convenient lie. You want me to tell you I'm not dating, even though we both know it ain't true. So then you can at least, oh, well, he told me and I believe. How you going to believe me when I already told you in one of? Which is, I'm so confused on why people love convenient lies as opposed to real truths. Convenient lies will catch you up in your feelings more than the truth. If I tell a woman I'm dating up front and that she is one of, she knows she has an expectation. She knows that she can't just call me randomly and think I'm going to always be readily available. Unfortunately, a lot of women's hearts love in their vaginas. Same thing with men. Their love is in their penis. Good sex is just that. Good sex. Love and good sex are not the same thing. They're not even equal. I've had great sex with girls I could not stand. One of the girls I had really great sex with, we actually couldn't be together no longer than 2 hours. We could never even spend the night together because that 2 hour mark, she was working my last nerve. So it was hard for us to even play date. We would just get together, talk for a few minutes, have sex, and separate because we started noticing that at 2 hours, we started grating each other's nerves. We rarely talked on the phone unless we wanted to see each other. Great girl, love her to death. I just couldn't stand her, but we had great sex. Good friend, but the sex, we could have never been partners. But that's the thing, Pam. Most people want a convenient lie over brutal honesty because that's just how they perceive life. They don't want it, even though they say they're ready for it and they prepare for it. They really don't want it. I mean, let me give you a real truth that I know it ain't gonna be popular. No, it really bothers me when people tell you that Donald Trump ain't their president. Well, who the fuck? He is your president. If you're a U.S. citizen, Donald Trump is your fucking president. Love him, like him, hate him, whatever. He is still your president if you're a U.S. citizen. There's no getting around that. That's the truth. You can say how you feel about him, but at the end of the day, he's your president. Just like the white people had to accept that Trump was their president. I mean, not Trump. Obama was their president. We got to accept it, whether we like him or not. The truth does not change. That is a hard and fast truth. Donald Trump is the president of the United States. We are U.S. citizens. He is our president, whether we like him or not. When people say, "Oh, I'm not," so what if you didn't vote for him? If you didn't vote for your mayor, he's still the mayor of your city. If you didn't vote for your governor, he's still the governor of your state. Your vote don't rule the world. Let's deal with truth. Life is so much easier. I think Donald Trump is stupid, but guess what? He's still my effing president. Off a thing. Guess what? I've made bad decisions and slept with girls I should have never even been in situationships with. That was on me. It still happened. It's the truth. I'm supposed to be smarter now, so things that I can personally control, I do a better job over. At least I try. So I know who I am. I know what things that I require. I don't know everything because certain people have taught me different things about myself, some good, some bad. Once again, 3 girls can do the exact same thing, and my response can be different for all 3. So sometimes I don't know what I like, and sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know what you like. You know how you felt when X did it. What happens when Y do it? So am I wrong for dating people I'm not interested in? So yes, Demetri. No, Demetri, why are you dating them is the question. Remember, now, I just talked about people like you who date and get in a relationship with people who they know ain't good for them just so they can say they tried. No, Demetri, honestly, why are you dating? If you're dating, I mean, you should date people. Demetri, we need to talk about how you catching feelings and why you catching feelings. We need to have a personal conversation because you should date with openness. I would say a lot of times. What's up, JT? I'm staying single till my son is 18 years old. We've been trying to stereotype. You're right, but the stereotypes you got to get past. You got to get past them, Terry. Saying that you won't date your 18, I mean, it sounds good, but what happens if Mr. Right comes along before he turns 18? What happens if Mr. Right is supposed to help teach your son some things that he should know to make him a better person? So to say that you're staying single, okay, let me rephrase that. When you say single, that means you're not dating or you're just not going to get married. And Terry, come over to the show page. I done posted the link 3-4 times. Come on over here. Join us. I know who I was. I ain't forgot who you. I ain't forget. I'm old, not senile. All right, but Dimitri, you should date, but you should still be dating with a semi-purpose. Date to learn who you are. Date to learn how to control your feelings, and what it is that makes you catch feelings so quickly. What is it? That's what you got to figure out, because you can't let good sex, a good kiss, or anything make you feel in love. Uh, where's the connection? And that's why I tell everybody: get your sheet of paper, write down your priorities for your potential mate, things that they have to have or not have. And then write down your preferences. Preferences are negotiable. Priorities aren't. Uh, I won't date a woman with a mustache as thick as mine. It's just not gonna happen. Yeah, it's just not gonna happen. I'm not gonna date a mud dog. It's just not gonna happen. That's a priority. She doesn't have to be beautiful. She has to be cute to me. That's important. I don't care what nobody says. Um, she has to be intelligent. Terry, come to this link so you can come to the rest of the page. You was messed up before for it. It kind of ain't had nothing to do with it. And you have to know what your preferences and priorities are so you can stick to those. So, Demetria, write down, what is it that you think you're looking for that is non-negotiable? Is smoking negotiable? Employment, what is that negotiable? Facial hair, which is probably be more of a preference. But hey, if you're picky about it, you are what you are. But these are the things that you have to know so you'll know what it is, why you're doing things. I mean, some people won't date outside of the race. If that's a priority, then that's what you got to put. If this is a preference that you prefer black men or white men or Hispanic or whatever, then understand the difference of those. So when you're starting to do things, you start to notice patterns about yourself. Okay? And that's the only way you can know. Because at some point, I try to do self-evaluations every 60 to 90 days. I'm not telling you guys to do it. I have to do it for a different reason. Later show. But knowing who you are will help you to get much further in life, because if you keep letting people tell you who you are and you really don't know, you'll keep making mistakes because people are telling you who you are, what you should like, because you really don't know who you are, what you like. Which is why it's fun to me. People say, oh, you should have picked that one. Why should I pick that one? You don't even know nothing about me. Oh, well, she was this. Oh, she was that. You ever see on people's page when they say bad things happen to them and everybody chime in and somebody, oh, just do this. You ever think it may have been karma? Maybe they deserve to have something bad. Why is it we just take people's side all of a sudden without finding out the whole story? It's cool to be compassionate, but sometimes we lie to people. Oh, you didn't deserve, that dude didn't deserve you, no way. He was this, that girl didn't deserve you. Maybe they didn't deserve them. Maybe, just maybe, the person that we're talking to wasn't shit to start with. We only know what we see of them because we don't know the real them. We know the Facebook persona, we know the friend persona, but we don't know the relationship person. So we get into these things where honesty is a must, but we're so dishonest. And we're even ignorant as to who we are and why we are, which to me is the craziest thing. It's 7 o'clock, y'all. and to me, that's so crazy. Because honesty, if we were honest, I got y'all right here, Will, Demetria, Roslyn, Tommy, Ray. If you were honest, what are you doing to sabotage your relationships? What are you doing? Because there's something that we all do. We're not perfect. There are relationships that we screwed up on our own. Sometimes I can be way too demanding. I know this. I'm cool with it. I understand it now because it's just who I am. Because if we hit stress, I need to make sure that you can handle the stress of what's going to come through being in my world. If we're being honest, ladies and gentlemen, everybody tell me one something, cinema, that you did to sabotage a relationship or that was your fault. And it's so crazy when I see people say that they never did anything wrong. Oh, I was a perfect person. They just loved me because they couldn't stand perfection. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Now, I stopped some relationship with women because I want a situation, they want a relationship. But I'm sure all their relationships weren't like that. So, tell me something y'all did. Tell me something y'all did. Everybody keep wanting to say they too picky. But sometimes we just ain't shit either. There have been times I just ain't been shit. There's no getting around it. I didn't want to admit it at one point. But for those of y'all that know me from my work, as great a guy as I was, there's no way that you can't admit that there were times when I was pushing the envelope way too hard and I was on the wrong side. I know this. There were times I woke up with the intent to do wrong. I have gone to work with intent to be suspended. But I knew it when I woke up. They didn't catch me off guard. They didn't catch me off guard. And we got high expectations that we put up the same. Because everybody say, oh, I'm too picky. I don't want to settle for this. I don't want to settle for that. But are you putting that out? Not only will you not settle, are you willing to offer this? Do you want your person that you're choosing, do you want them to have the same high expectations? Because, I've heard people tell me what they want from me. Like I say, this little chickadee told me she wanted to go to a 5-star restaurant. I'm trying to figure out what make her think she entitled to a 5-star restaurant. She got high expectations from the dude who's dating her. What do you bring to the table? An appetite? I'm not that guy. Wrong guy. You don't have high expectations. You have unrealistic expectations because you want something, but all you bring in to this 5-star dinner is a chick with way too much makeup. So what am I getting out of this? I see pretty girls all the time. I wasn't honest about my needs. Not his fault. I was fighting for something that... Okay, see? There you go, Rosalind. I like that, Demetri. There we go. Jazzy, what's good? What's good? How are you? So, and this is part of the process. When you know why certain relationships don't work and you can accept blame on your end. I ain't saying that the reason it didn't work was totally your fault, but you have to accept that you played a part in it. Even if it's to the point of being too needy. Because sometimes it's crazy that we love to try to catch people who we know can't be caught. And we sell our souls to try to make it work with them, even though we know we shouldn't. And when we do that, even if we do it for a moment, we realize we're not getting any result, because even if this person picks you for a moment, everything you sold your soul out for, you can't keep up with. Terry, didn't I tell you come over to the show page? I put the link up there and everything, so quit playing, come over to the show page, because you are cracking me up over here. They need to see what you typing. So yeah, when we get to that, we have to understand. If I'm honest, my mom told me, my son told me, I probably do too much in relationships and expect too much in return, which my expectations aren't they're high, it's that they're strict. Because if I'm doing things to make your life better, I do expect a sense of loyalty and honesty that cannot be compromised. And if you click on that link or just type in Random Thoughts with DVP, Terry, that when I hit that page, it have a tendency to disconnect. It's a fault. I don't go slow like that. Yep, all the signs are there, and I chose to wait it out. Then I had the nerve to be mad. See, and there we go. See, and that's the thing, is once you can be honest about what it is you're doing, you can do better because you know better. Not about them, but about you. Because sometimes when you see things in a person that you know is a deal breaker, and we try to say, well, maybe they'll change. Well, maybe they won't. Maybe they won't. But we saw it. We didn't acknowledge it. And I tell people, if there's something, 72 hours is how long you got to get it out to let the person know that they did something that affected you negatively and see their response. If it's something that they're willing to try to change, you hold on to them a little while longer. If they say that's just them, get over it, then you know to let it go. If it really bothers you. Too many times we think we'll get over things that bother us. Y'all hear that? There's a smoke detector going off in my house. Okay, it stopped. So, I was going to end the show early. I got to think about being burnt up. I'm just quirky like that. But, there are things that we have to acknowledge about us No, you're still on the same page. Let me put the link up for you one more time, Terry. Rosalind, I'm a act like I don't see you negotiating a date with Will on my page. This is how we have cyber breakups. See, now I don't do coffee or Chipotle. So we'll have to figure out something. Do y'all hear that smoke alarm, or is it just me? Can anybody else hear that beeping? Know what, Rosalind? You gonna quit telling me no too. Click on that link, Terry. That'll bring you over. I'm so confused. I don't smell smoke though. But the smoke detector, why would they lie? It's honest. And I should get my little black butt up to see what's really going on. Okay, where was I? So, you was just playing. Right, and a first date needs to be somewhere you can have a conversation. Because phone conversations are cool. But you need to have a face-to-face conversation. Because, people like me, we're on the telephone, you sound crazy, so I'm like, that's why I don't like phone conversations, because you don't ever know what I'm doing. I'm not a 5-star Burger King is not an option. I'm not negotiating. Do your thing, Rosalind. And it needs to be somewhere, and to me that's a crazy thing, because women say they want a man to plan a date. One of the first things I always like to ask a woman if we plan a date is tell me what you don't want to do. I want to know what you do. I just need to know what you don't want to do so I can eliminate places where, we can just sit and chill. Because I actually met one chick who wanted to go to Burger King, which I thought was pretty cool. But there's no pressure there. But there's no pressure with, Starbucks, even though that's too much smell for me. Or, just, stopping by a store and grabbing the freezer and walking through the park. See, Will, you're creating a problem because you like to go to expensive restaurants. Because if you start here, how do you raise the bar, Will? See, you got to keep raising. I had a friend who did the same thing. And I tell them all the time, do not start off spending that kind of money on somebody because there's, women especially, and some men too. Let me stop. Some women are afraid if you do too much from the first date that they feel like you're going to be expecting something. So they don't want you here. They want to go somewhere nice, but not expensive. So bring it down here. Because, Will, if you start them off eating at the Sundial, where do you take them next? Because the relationship is supposed to keep getting better. But if you start off here, you're better. You're going to outprice yourself before you can even establish a relationship. Which is why I don't want to say cheap dates, but inexpensive dates. Where we can do things, get to know each other, there's no stress. Because it does become a problem later. Because if you start off, and I think the whole thing, whatever you did to get them, you're supposed to keep doing, which is kind of stupid. But, yeah. Right, and that's what I'm saying. And I was just using Sundial because he like it. Tanya, that's what's up. You my girl. So now make sure your girl come. And when the show is over, make sure you like the page and leave a review. Say something good about the better than the good looking host. Okay? You my girl. So yeah, but when you start, Will, if you start them off too high a place, then where do you go from there? Where do you go week 3? If you start off with an expensive restaurant, you can't take them. You can't take them to Ruby Tuesday then. Hey, Miss Manny, how are you? Long time no see. The quality of date doesn't depend on how much you spend. You can do the Sundial first and somewhere else later that may be less expensive. What matters is what happened on the date. The chemistry should improve. And Courtney, we from different generations. Courtney is still in her 30s. and it makes some sense, but when guys outprice themselves, especially without knowing the girl, as much as they try to say we'll look at things as Courtney, all women aren't down to earth. So if they see a guy who spends this kind of money, they start having an expectation. Even as Rosalind said, they don't want a Sundial first date. It's for my generation, that's too much. I'm a little bit older than Will. I didn't call out your age. I just said you're not my age. Hold on, I'm the oldest. Respect your elders, shout it. And I still didn't hear from your husband because I know he gonna have a beef with me because we got an issue that we need to fight about. So I can go and get out of the system. Then I will cook for them and bring. But you can't cook the first day, Will. I mean, the first couple of days there shouldn't be any personal visits to either house because now we got the whole safety factor. And you need to be somewhere that's neutral and safe for everybody, so there's an escape plan. If they come to your house and too many things go wrong, it's same with you going to their house. So I'm definitely against house dates the first couple of days. You supposed to let them know last week. Brighton Scales, what's going on? Eric Kaufman, what's happening then? I don't know why all y'all on the wrong page. Y'all know y'all supposed to be on the show page. Y'all love trying to get me in trouble for no reason. I'm gonna put this link up again. Right, you can't bring psycho chicks, and you don't know, Will. Even though you're a big dude, I mean, I don't like having people coming to the Batcave. Come to the show page, y'all. Come on over here, cause Scales been married 100 years, so I need for you to come on over here too, to the show page, so we can talk. You get a pass because you're right. You get a little pass. You get a little pass, even though you missed my birthday. But that's a whole different story. Stafford, ain't you supposed to be on the same page? I need for y'all to come to the show page. And that's the thing though. Sometimes dating is a misplaced art. Some people overdate, some people underdate, some people just don't have a clue about dating. I'm gonna say that from my perspective, I would tell people to start off small, not cheap, but small. Do something nice and easy that will let you engage in conversation and test chemistry. Okay, like I said, I don't do Starbucks. Click on the link I just posted, the Random Thoughts with DVP, and join me in the live feed. I want to do something nice and simple. If that goes well, then we start progressing. That way, the mood is always like nobody feels like, because you don't ever know what people came from, and it's easy to say that nobody should ever be expecting sex, but you don't know what somebody came from. You don't know how their last relationship was. You don't know how much the demand. And I'm speaking now as a guy to the ladies, but I'm speaking to the guys. Some of these ladies have been put in situations by some of our brothers who spent $30, $40 and will study pushing them for sex. So now they have a phobia about how much money a guy is spending. And that's something that we have to accept as reality. Even though I'm a stickler for saying, don't treat me like Todd, the other damn dude. But I can't deny that Todd exists. So if Todd put fears in this woman or apprehensions, I have to acknowledge those as being real. Even though I'm a better guy, just because I'm a better guy, she hasn't learned it about me yet. Ladies, you may be a better girl than the last girl we dated, but understand, initially, we don't know that yet. So we got to go through the process of vetting and getting to know you. If the last girl I knew was crazy, if the last 6 girls I knew were crazy, even though I'm trying you, I'm still thinking you crazy. Yeah, you're different, your name is different, you look different, yada, yada, yada. But it's going to take me time to get past all the craziness I've been through with the last 5, 6 relationships. This is why we got to do something simple where we get to know each other, where there's no pressure. Let me see how you're acting. Let's not do anything that's way too much or way too pushy. I don't want you to meet my family. Red Lobster equals... lobster equals sex. Exactly. So, get them a fish sandwich. Go to Yassine's. Yassine's does not, or Fish Supreme, whatever it is, does not equal sex. Sundial equals sex. Road trips equal sex. If I say I can't use Courtney because Courtney's my niece, does anybody hear that other than me? Does anybody hear that? Or is it just me? Y'all mighty quiet while my house is burning down. Does anybody hear the smoke alarm going off? Yes, no. DVP, you drinking? Thank you, Rotten. Okay, but now click on the link and go to the show page. Okay, it stopped again. It's like third time. Ain't nobody calling 911 or nothing? See, y'all are so bogus. I'm finna block all y'all from the page. This is the X symbol. Y'all are X'd out. Alright, so, but some things do equal sex. And fellas, we have to understand that. That's how some women see things. And we have to, more importantly, understand that's how some guys see things. If they spend X amount of dollars, they think that there's a payoff. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to tell you now, if we go out of town sex. Who goes out of... We supposed to go out of town and we plan a road trip, which means we're going to be locked in a small cabin 3-4 hours. There you go, Robert. Right, and we talked about it earlier. The problem may be me, which means I'm still going to think that I'm the problem, so I'm picking crazy girls. So girl 7, I'm still thinking crazy because that's what I've been picking. Honey, just who I've been waiting on. And honey, you know I love you. Happy belated birthday. Come on over to the show page. You know better. What's not fair, Demetria? That we judge based off what we know? Everybody does that. Ruth Chris, sex, yes. And you know, but that's and honey's married. She gonna come over here in a minute. She gonna come to the right page because I just called out. That's my girl. And we're gonna talk about this, but you can't deny those expectations. Doesn't matter how long for the road trip. Are we spending the night? And the road trip ain't from Adamsville to Cascade. If we go to Florida for the weekend, which we should never do on the first date, because who gonna pay for 2 hotel rooms? So we got 1 room. We're supposed to get 2 beds. That's not happening. That's just totally unrealistic. Well, if we got 2 beds, it's because we staying 2 nights. We're gonna miss out 1. There you go, honey. How you doing? Honey's my girl, and honey, keep it real. Honey, we were just talking about honesty and how much. Honey's been married, so she kind of out the game, but honey's in the know. I was saying that there's a point where some guys put a monetary value on sex for dates. Even women do it. There's certain places you go where people will have an expectation of sex, and you have to lower that. One of my friends said he likes to go to expensive restaurants, so I'm saying that he too high, and it'll make some women a little nervous because if you go to certain places, they're going to feel like they got to have sex, and they're not going to want to go because they'll be nervous. Who finna pay for a suite for a first date? We'll see. You on that BS. Ain't nobody finna get no suite because, again, if we get a suite then, where do we go from there? But and all I'm saying is you got to plan dates appropriately. I'm not going out of town with anybody that I'm not in a relationship with. Well, let me rephrase that because I have done it. I'm not going on my dime. I've been out of town on a situationship because somebody invited me. And of course, we had sex. I felt like I was pressured. I didn't have a choice in the matter. She used my body. I'm in mourning. But that was the thing. Who goes out of town and realistically doesn't expect sex? Truthfully. I mean, we can sit and say all the politically correct things, but who on this page right now, on either page, has went out of town, if you married, before you got married, who has gone out of town with somebody and didn't think that sex was on the menu? Honestly. Because who does that? I'm waiting for, and I've heard people say, oh, somebody take me out of town, they shouldn't be expecting sex. You think if we go to Vegas for the weekend, we just gonna go and gamble for 2 whole days? You think we not gonna be doing some nasty, naked, exchanging the body fluid type stuff? Man, you better not even get on the plane. I know that I felt, yeah. I felt like I was a tool. I think that's the appropriate word. Honey, we waiting on you to say something. Quit playing. Really? Where'd you go, Hattie? Hattie said she went out of town and they didn't expect sex. They didn't expect no, you didn't. Okay. And they didn't. And I ain't saying, once again, we know nothing is 100%. But most people do. One way or the other. One party does, maybe 2 parties do. Know when you go out of town. Know when you. You got too many when yous now. Know when you got out of town, there's sex involved. I mean, every time I've been out of town, there's been sex involved. Whether I was the one taking somebody out of town, or somebody was taking me. Sometimes I just feel like I didn't have a choice. I was taken advantage of. It pains me. It pains me. Dennis, what's good? You know you're on the wrong page too, Dennis. The show page. Atlanta Public School System at its finest. But But that's the system. But once again, it goes to being honest. Who honestly can say they take people out of, what are you talking about, whatever, to? Who goes out of town, honestly, just to hang out with somebody that they're interested in? New. What's up? And that's what we are. But we're being honest about our intentions and what's going on. Ladies, if you had a friend that was getting married and you just met a guy, would you ask this guy to go to the wedding with you? Same question, fellas. If your partner was getting married and it was next weekend, would you ask a girl you had just met to go to the wedding with you? If your invitation was a +1? And what are the expectations? Are there wedding expectations? I mean, because everybody's all coupled up and booed up. My brother does, because that's what my mom taught him. Don't get me wrong, it's not about what's taught. It's not about what's taught, Hattie. It's about what's expected at some point, whether it's from him or from the girl, because sometimes girls have the same expectations. And, you know, there are a lot of times we like to blame guys for stuff, but no matter what your mom taught him. So your mom never, and that's what I tell people now, my mom was a great person, but what my mom couldn't teach me is how people acted the dating process. She can tell me all the right things. I can tell my sons, I can tell my daughters. But who you date becomes a part of your personality, because you learn to expect different things from dates. There's certain things that, you know, your brother or sister will do. Dates do different things. Whenever I did go out of town with someone, I was out of relationship. So, see, and that's my point. When you go out of town, it should actually be with somebody you're in a relationship with. And I said, that's I've been out of town with people I wasn't in a relationship with, and it turned into a situationship, which turned into sex. Well, it was already a situationship. And I'm not saying it never happens, because even when I went, I would have been cool had we not had sex. And I'm not saying I expected to have sex. On the ride down, I realized sex was on the, it wasn't even on the menu no more. It was on the bed. And that's the thing, though. When I went out of town, I had to accept the fact that it might happen. Women, whether they say it or not, have to accept the fact that it might happen, even if they have the conversation. Because I hear people say all the time, "Oh, we have the conversation, so he's not expecting sex." Okay, whatever. If you're going somewhere, driving, flying, however you get there, it's over $100. We'll like to go to expensive restaurants. We talking about $100, $200 for the first date, which to me is unrealistic. There's a lot of tension built up, because who spends $200 on somebody to get to know them the first time? I'm not saying over time it doesn't happen, but the first time, that's a lot of stress on everybody, to where you're not comfortable. Because then it's like, how close do we get? What if I'm not feeling her? What if she's not feeling me? But I already spent this money. Yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of things going on. Then it's chime in whenever you feel like it. Nunu, I'm waiting on you to say something. If we're being honest, why are we doing this? Are we doing this because we just need to go out of town? Are we doing this because we got money to blow? We're like taking people to expensive restaurants. Because cooking right now really ain't an option. She wanted you. That's that's right, Hattie. She took advantage of me. Hey, Angela. Hey, Angela. But I mean, that's the thing. When you go to a hotel and y'all share rooms, for whatever the event is that y'all are going for, even if y'all going to a prom type event that y'all know y'all gonna be drinking, and y'all get a room, is sex on the table? Is it a realistic? Is it an expectation? And being honest, because most of the time it is, whether we want to admit it or not. Most of the time it's an expectation when you start talking about staying at a hotel with somebody. First date, third date, 20th date. It's an expectation. If we're being honest. If it doesn't happen, you know, when you get to a state of being grown, you cool with it, but it ain't because you didn't expect it or hope. Because I don't know too many people who got it. They got 2 separate beds. It's because they got another couple to split the cost of the room. One so that I can sleep in one bed, she can sleep in the other bed. But I could be wrong. Angela, have you ever been out of town with somebody that you weren't in a relationship? Even though you're on the wrong page, you're supposed to be on the Random Thoughts with DVP page. But Angela grown, I can't, she's a bully. She bullies me. I'm scared of her. So, what I do? Oh, it's 7:30. All right, so once again, and this is all with being honest, people. Once you know who you are and you can be honest about it, life is so much easier. And like I said, I mean, it goes back to everything, not just dating, not just. No, to which part, Angela? I think I asked you like 3 questions. It goes to everything, and it's crazy how people would rather hear a convenient lie than the honest truth. The truth is, again, Donald Trump is your president, like him or not. He's your president. The truth is, some of us ain't shit. Some of us are. But like when I asked, some of y'all didn't comment. What did you do to cause to cause one of your relationships come to an end? What was it that you did? Accept some responsibility and know who you are and press forward. The more you know about yourself, the better you can become. Nobody can hurt your feelings when you know who you are. Nobody can hurt your feelings by telling you who you are. Some of us have dated Demetria. We've dated knowing that the people we were dating wasn't good for us. Whether it was not to catch feelings or whether it was to use and abuse their body, whatever it was, we know that they weren't good long-term potential. When we do our purpose priorities, you got to be true and honest to yourself. If we're honest, and I want all y'all to think about this. If you're honest with yourself, what's the something you regret about your childhood? Does it affect your dating? What's the something that you regret? Like I said, I can't pull up on his phone because it's acting crazy. But one guy said that he regretted that he is still in love with his ex, who had him locked up, who he would have gave the world for, who he was willing to go to jail for. And he regrets that he can't get over her and that he couldn't make it work. That's deep. And I can understand it. There was a girl once upon a time that I regretted that I couldn't make it work. I regretted that for a long time. But I couldn't. And I would have given anything to make it work. It wasn't meant to be for whatever reason. It took me a long time to get over her. It took me to the point where there's a point I won't even. I mean, I'll talk about it now, but there was a point I wouldn't even talk about it because I was never over her. Women be wanting more than they would say. They best lingerie. That towel is not their best lingerie, Robert. Y'all are hilarious. You know what? I appreciate y'all because I was really in a shitty mood earlier today. And because of y'all, I'm feeling a whole lot better. It's 7:33. Wow. Things are great. Let's just stick with the more you can be honest about your situation and who you are, the easier things will be for you. Whether it's situationships, relationships, just life in general. Stop telling yourself that everybody else is the problem. There's some things that you are the problem of. You're direct cause and effect. It's on you. There's some things that I've done that caused bad things to happen. They were my fault. For the longest, I would blame this or blame that or blame this or blame that. But it was me just making bad decisions and not want to own up to them. Once you can accept that, you can stop making bad decisions. Or you can make bad decisions with intent. Like I said, there were times I went to work to get suspended. I knew I was making a bad decision. But I had saved up enough money to get suspended and I had a point I wanted to prove. So I did it with malice and forethought. I've gotten in relationships, I've gotten in situationships for the right reasons. They were technically wrong, but I just wanted sex. It was not going to be any relationship stuff happening. And once I got out of the predatory mode, I didn't even lie about it. And it's crazy because sometimes women will try to talk you out of it and tell you, oh, you want more than that. Well, you can believe what you want to believe. In my world, all I'm supposed to do is tell you the truth. It's not my job to make you believe me. It's just my job to tell you the truth. So if you say, hey, are you dating other women? It's like, yep. Ah, you just playing. Okay. I just answered your question truthfully. What you do from that point is on you. Fellas, don't ask the question if you're not ready for the answer. Quit hoping that they're going to lie to you. Ladies, quit wanting to be lied to. If you want to sleep with a guy, sleep with a guy. Don't make him lie to you about it. If you know you're going to sleep with him anyway, and then give him an excuse for his answer. Be honest. If I was being truthful, if I was being honest, what would I be doing about this situation? What would I have done about this situation? If I was honest, there's some times that I should have left really, really early. If I was honest. But me being hard-headed and competitive made me stay too long. If I was honest, okay, I'm going to keep that one to myself. If I was honest, I regret the fact that some of my relationships didn't mature like they should have. But it was my fault because I'm so stubborn. If I was honest, anybody who knows me knows I admit to my stubbornness, but sometimes I'm way too stubborn and I don't know how to cut it off. If I was honest, that's probably my worst trait, my stubbornness. If you were honest, and you were totally honest, not on some BS honesty, what do you regret? What would you change about you? Not physically, but about your personality. If you were honest, what would you change that could make you a better person? And quit saying stuff like being too picky. Be honest. What is it about you? You agree with what, Angela? That I'm too stubborn, or what? Be honest. Be. And you might be trying to throw balls at me. I'm about to block you. Hey, for those y'all that ain't done it yet, make sure y'all like the page, leave a review. Something great with 5 stars. Pretty please. It's free. Do it for me. I'm trying to get 1,000 likes. Ask your friends to like the page. And let me tell you this, Demetria, because you said something great there. Listen. And the thing says, don't listen to respond. Listen to hear. Listen to what people are saying. So many times we listen, and we listen so we can answer. But sometimes you don't need to answer. Sometimes you just need to listen to what the person is saying. Hear what it is they're saying. Comprehend it in totality. Not just the bits and pieces so you can answer and defend yourself. Because sometimes when people are talking, they're not telling you things for you to defend yourself. They're telling you things so you'll know how they feel. Why you did whatever it was is not really as important as you acknowledging how whatever you did made them feel or made them think something. And that's something when I tell people you gotta listen, sometimes you just gotta be quiet and listen. Get your pad, write down some stuff, but don't interrupt people while they're talking, because then you change their train of thought when they're trying to tell you something about how they felt. You know, they're not asking you why you did something. They're just telling you why what you did affected them, how it affected them. And what were you agreeing to, Angela? And sometimes life is pretty much just that simple. It really is. And I need to say, and y'all ain't even said nothing. Y'all ain't said nothing about my house catching on fire yet either. Some kind of friends y'all are. Rodney, you still there? 7:38. Time is flying by really slow now. So I'm about wound out, and I think I need to go check on this smoke alarm that keeps going off. As usual, if you guys got something you want to, if there's something you guys would like for me to discuss, I think I'm gonna start trying to do these little 10 to 15 minute snippets. That's just kind of hard because sometimes I don't want y'all to know where I am. Honestly, I'm a super private person, which is why I stay in this door. But my management want me to start doing little snippets with just little tidbit things. I'm gonna try it and see how it works. I don't know about that part yet. But it'll probably be from my personal page. I don't know. It'll probably be through Instagram and then through my personal page. But if there's something you guys want me to address, inbox me, inbox my management team. If you got my number, you can shoot me a text. But for the love of everything that's holy and peaceful, quit inboxing me with this crap to share on my page. If you ain't sharing it on your page, one, I'm not going to share it. Two, all this make go viral stuff, I really could give a shit less. I give a shit less about Trump's secrets. Most of them are bogus. If you pay attention, honestly, you'll know that most of the things he's doing are just window dressing. They have no real effect on what most of us do. The prostate cancer, I'm not putting up the 8 ball. I don't understand protesting in silence on Facebook. To me, it's one of the dumbest things going on. I'm not boycotting any place. Stop asking me. Stop sending me stuff. You know, I'm blocking people now who keep sending me these fucking change stuff. I'm not finna read the Bible to get a blessing for $1,000 or $100,000. I'm cool being broke. I'm good with that. I make enough money to keep this door behind me. I'm good with that. Quit sending me crap. If I was honest, and I am, I'm gonna start blocking everybody who send me this, cause it's stupid. I just can't see God telling you to tell me something. Maybe that's how he worked. And if that's what he's doing, he asked out. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not. Like I said, I got 4 or 5 crazy inboxes about the dumbest stuff. And if you don't know me, if you've never actually laid physical eyes on me or touched me, don't send me no dumbass inboxes about forwarding nothing. Because I'm not. I don't put videos on my page. I don't do police shootings. I don't do police captures. I don't do good police, bad police. I will talk about the stuff, but I don't post videos until there's a final result. I don't judge immediately. I'm going to ask you guys not to. If you don't like me because I was a cop, that's fine. There's an unfollow button. There's an unfriend button. It's not that serious to me. But the craziness, yes, I hate cancer. But when I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna post it up there. I'm not gonna tell people to post. Let's have a silent protest. Everybody make their page this. I honestly, if I'm honest, I don't give a shit about what happens overseas. There's homeless people here. There's people who are sick over here. There's kids who need to be adopted here. Unless you're from another country, don't tell me shit about what we need to do to help another country. The water's still dirty in Flint. The water's still dirty. I don't give a shit about Colin Kaepernick. He's not a registered voter. When he was at the height of his fame, he wasn't saying shit. On the downstroke, now all of a sudden he decides he want to be an activist. I ain't hating on him, but when he ain't got shit, now he want to say something. Great athlete, shitty quarterback. If you want my honest opinion. Yes, there are shitty white quarterbacks. But that wasn't the issue. The issue is he being blackballed. No. Maybe he is, maybe he ain't. But when he was in the Super Bowl, does anybody remember him saying anything about... Because blacks were getting killed when they went to the Super Bowl. Or when they went to the playoffs against the Seahawks. Black people were getting killed then. You know what he was saying? Nothing. Nothing. So before you tell me how I should feel about Colin Kaepernick, do your research. Before you tell me how I should feel about Bill Cosby, do your research. And then if you have an intelligent opinion that you want to talk to me about, shoot me a phone number. I don't have no problem with calling you. We can discuss it like champs. We're not going to fight on my page. You're not going to come to my page and be disrespectful like I don't come to your page and be disrespectful. I don't use hateful words. I try to back up my thought processes with facts. I would appreciate it if you do the same thing if you want to engage in the intelligent debate with me. Be prepared. I'm a slightly smart dude. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. I'm from the hood, but I'm a hood dude that can read. What I play about, Demetria? I'm just saying. I got to address these little inboxes I've been getting lately that's driving me effing bananas. And I have to tell people to quit inboxing me. And they'll say my bad and inbox me with something just as retarded as the time before. I'm not a great dude on politics, but the stuff I do know I read upon. That's why I asked everybody about the climate change thing. It doesn't take effect for 4 years. So why everybody jumping up in arms about it? And a new president can opt back in just like that. Donald Trump is smoking mirrors. Worry about what your mayor is doing. Worry about what your city council is doing. Worry about what's going on with the schools and the police and the road crews. Worry about those things you got a lot of control over. If we're being honest. Stop falling to the hype. You're U.S. citizens. These travel bans don't affect you. Most of y'all. I don't think I got nobody who's from another place. Who cares right now? Who cares? Because if you go somewhere, you can still get back. You're an American citizen. You're an American citizen. You can get back. But some of y'all was just like the white people when Obama was like, oh, y'all leaving. Because I remember a lot of black people saying they was going to Canada. If I was honest, y'all black asses still here and ain't going nowhere. Because Canada don't want you and they ain't got no jobs for you. Truth being true. Alright? So, it's 7:45. I'm going to go check on this alarm that's going off. Hey, Nikki, with your late self. Show us 6 to 8, not 7:45 to 8. I've enjoyed this. You guys have brightened my day. Drink my mucho mango. If anybody's got a video of the lady that was shot with the 4 kids, please inbox it. Do not put it on my page. Inbox me. Because I can't find, I don't even know what to look now. I can't find anything on it. But I would like to see it. I'll give you guys an initial opinion. I won't say anybody's right or wrong, but I'll give you guys an initial opinion if you got it. Inbox me. Will, I appreciate you. We won't always see eye to eye, but you're still my guy. Honey, we ain't never met. Well, I think we met one time. But you know I ain't got nothing but mad respect for you. So me and you need to talk. We need to see how we can do some business together. I like how you represent yourself. I like that. I really respect that. Dream Team, Ray, John, Tommy. I appreciate y'all more than I ever say. But y'all guys keep me focused and grounded. Sis, I ain't got no problems in a long time. Make it happen. But I'm going to go check on this thing. So I'm going to sign out early if it's okay with you guys. I know I got like 14 minutes left, so I'm going to go ahead and check on this. So y'all know what it is. It's going to be a little piece, popcorn and chicken grease. And yeah, honey, let's talk soon. Cause there's some, I got some questions for you. Cause let me just say this right quick. Honey said something to me. We finally talked one time. Like I said, we met because her husband played football. Honey said something to me. I almost brought a tear to my eye, but she's one of the reasons I keep doing the show, and I got to thank you for that. Cause I always think about stop doing the show, but I appreciate what you said to me, honey. It meant a lot to me. Tanya, y'all quit me. I'm gonna need for you and my other girlfriend to come back, same time. All right, but let's talk. I'm gonna run out. Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. I'll see you guys in 6 days. 22 hours, well maybe 21 hours and 45 minutes now since I'm leaving early. Something like that. Y'all know. 6 to 8 next Wednesday. Alright? Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. Thanks for joining me. Random Thoughts with DVP. And if you ain't done so, review, like the page, leave me a review. These many stars. For those of y'all that can't count, 5. Because I know some of y'all went to Atlanta public schools. 5 stars. Say something good about me. Alright, I'm trying to get some sponsorship. I'm trying to go to a radio station and get people to pay me. Don't make me start dancing and singing and doing all the things because I don't have a beeper to buzz me. So you got to listen. Alright? Last time. Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. Thanks for watching. Bam. Good night.